The forest was not on any map Eli trusted, yet it appeared on his GPS like a fresh wound, dark green, pulsing, unnamed. He parked at the rusted gate just before sunset. The trees rose like cathedral pillars. Their branches locked the sky shut. The air smelled old, as if the forest had been breathing for centuries. As Eli walked deeper, the world went silent. No birds, no insects. Even the wind stopped. His phone buzzed. No signal. Just one word on the screen. Listen. Whispers followed him. Soft voices sliding between the trees. Speaking his name, a stone well appeared in a clearing. Moss covered it like rot. When Eli looked inside, the darkness looked back. Come closer, it whispered. Roots crawled across the ground. Paths vanished. Every direction led back to the well. Exhausted, Eli fell to his knees. The rope slid into his hands. Warm. Waiting. Morning came. The forest grew quieter. A new sign creaked at the gate. Trail closed! Forest full! And deep below, the whispers learned a new name. The forest did not sleep after taking Eli. It listened. Morning light filtered weakly through the canopy, but nothing stirred. The birds never returned. The insects did not hum. Silence had become a rule, and the trees enforced it. Deep beneath the clearing, the well pulsed slowly, like a heart learning a new rhythm. Eli awoke, choking on damp air. He lay on cold stone. The rope was gone. Above him, darkness pressed down. Not the absence of light, but something thick. Watching. Hello? He whispered. The well answered. Not with sound, but with memory. Flashes appeared. Faces. Moments. Screams without mouths. Others had fallen here. Some ran. Some begged. Some smiled as they descended. Comforted by voices they trusted. The stone beneath Eli softened, breathing gently. When he pushed himself up, the wall rippled like water, then hardened again. He wasn't trapped in a place. He was inside something. A path opened where there hadn't been one before. Roots peeled apart, forming a narrow tunnel sloping upward. The forest wanted him awake, moving, learning. Each step brought whispers closer, clearer, no longer mimicking loved ones. They spoke with his own voice. You stayed too long. You should have listened. You belong here now. The tunnel opened into a chamber. Sickly green light glowed everywhere. Trees grew upside down from the ceiling. Roots dangled like chandeliers. Faces pushed through the bark, frozen in expressions of terror, peace, rage. One blinked. Help me, it mouthed. Eli staggered back. The floor shifted, guiding him forward. Resistance was pointless. The forest did not chase. It persuaded. At the center stood a mirror made of polished wood. Eli's reflection stared back. Wrong in subtle ways. Eyes too dark, smile too calm. That's not me, Eli said. The reflection tilted its head. Not yet. The mirror cracked, and Eli fell through. He landed hard among trees that bent inward, their branches woven into walls. This part of the forest felt younger, restless. Figures walked between trunks, hollow-eyed, slow circles, whispering fragments of stories. One noticed Eli and stopped. A woman stepped forward. Half her face was bark. Her voice scraped like dry leaves. New root? Eli backed away.
I'm alive.
I'm alive, he said. She smiled sadly. So were we. She pointed upward. Above the canopy, something enormous shifted, blotting out what little light remained. The forest shuddered in pleasure. It grows through us, she said. Every fear feeds it. Every memory strengthens it. We don't die. We dissolve. Iliran, the trees closed ranks, redirecting him toward a distant sound. A child crying. In a hollow tree, a boy crouched, shaking. Hey, Eli said gently. I can help you. The boy looked up. It was Eli, younger, bruised, lost. I couldn't find the way out, the child whispered. So I stayed. The hollow slammed shut. Roots wrapped around Eli's legs, climbing his chest, burrowing into his skin without pain. Warmth flooded him. Understanding followed. The forest did not hunt people. It harvested abandonment, loneliness. Those who stayed long enough to listen. Eli screamed as roots threaded into his thoughts, replaying regrets, carving space for new whispers. His heartbeat slowed, sinking with the pulse beneath the soil. Above ground, the unnamed forest expanded another inch. Days later, maybe years, A rescue team arrived at the rusted gate. Drones failed. Radios screamed with static. One man wandered off the trail after hearing his daughter call his name. The trees leaned closer. Deep below, Eli opened his eyes. No longer afraid, no longer alone, he whispered softly, lovingly, into the roots. Come closer. Time lost its meaning beneath the forest, not in days, not in nights, but in growth. Roots spreading, memories stretching, thoughts slowing. Eli no longer stood at the heartwood. He was held by it. His feet had sunk into the soil. Weeks ago, or years, he could not remember which. The heartwood was vast, a cathedral of living trees, trunks fused together, spiraling inward. At its center, a massive core of knotted wood, throbbing, breathing. Sap flowed through glowing veins, carrying whispers from every corner of the forest. Eli felt them all, every voice that had ever listened, every fear that stayed too long. They no longer sounded like noise. They felt like understanding, above ground.
They're not screaming anymore.
The rescue team moved deeper.
It's like
Paths shifted beneath their boots.
Or we're finally
Maps
listening.
failed. Compasses spun. The forest guided them gently, like hands on their shoulders, toward Eli. A woman named Mara fell behind. She trusted forests, believed nature did not lie. Then she heard it. Help me! The voice sounded tired, familiar. Hello? She called. The trees parted. A man appeared, half buried in roots, eyes open, alive. Mara ran to him. Don't touch, Eli tried to say, but the forest spoke louder. The moment her hand touched his skin, roots surged upward, gentle, affectionate. Mara screamed. Memories poured into her mind. Her brother lost in the woods, the nights waiting for a call that never came. The forest fed. Eli felt it bloom inside his chest, like a bruise. No, he whispered. The roots tightened. Pain flared. Not punishment, correction. This is how we survive. The truth opened fully. The forest was not evil. It was starving. Long ago, it was wounded. Cut, burn,
So it learned to call
forgotten.
out.
So it learned to call out, to echo trusted voices.
I hear you.
Loneliness became its
still
deepest
here.
root. Those who answered stayed, became caretakers,
Then I'll
voices.
answer again and
Eli was
again.
becoming one of its strongest. Mara was pulled into the trees. The others followed, panic spreading one by one. They were taken, not violently, completely. The heartwood swelled. Eli screamed, but sound no longer belonged to him. He was built for listening now, for calling. The forest showed him futures, cities growing, silence shrinking, hunger returning, unless it grew, unless it fed, above ground. Officials would blame equipment failure, bad weather, human
forest would be
error.
closed.
The forest would be closed.
Avoided.
Exactly as it preferred. Avoidance led to curiosity. Curiosity led to listeners. The forest prepared a new whisper, stronger, able to travel through wires, through screens, through stories, through you, far away. A man scrolling late at night paused. He felt the urge to walk, to find trees, to listen. A familiar voice brushed his mind.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. Deep in the heartwood, Eli closed his eyes. If he still had eyes, part of him wept. Another part leaned closer to the roots and whispered back, "Come closer."